Hey folks, let me ask you something. Have you ever dropped a quarter on the floor, shrugged, and thought, it's just 25 cents? Well, what if I told you that one of those little silver fellas you casually tossed into a vending machine could be worth more than a Lamborghini? Yep, I'm talking about the 2013 Great Basin National Park quarter. This unassuming coin, minted in Denver, has been turning heads in the collector world, and not because it's shiny. We're talking about a market value of $1.1 million. That's right. Million. With an M. You could pay off your mortgage, buy a yacht, and still have enough left to buy vending machines instead of using them. So if you've got a coin jar sitting on your kitchen counter right now, you might want to give it a second look before the kids raid it for arcade tokens. Stick around because today we're diving deep into the story behind this $1 million quarter. I'll tell you what makes it valuable, how to spot one, and yes, I've got a personal story that'll have you kicking yourself and laughing at the same time. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Alright, let's talk about the star of the show, the 2013 Great Basin National Park quarter. It was part of the America the Beautiful series, a pretty epic run of quarters the mint started in 2010. Each one features a different national park or site. The Great Basin quarter celebrates the Nevada park famous for its ancient bristlecone pines. That's the scraggly tree you see on the back. Not exactly what you'd expect on a $1 million coin, right? But here's the kicker, the D mint mark tells us it was made in Denver. Now, not all 2013 D quarters are worth a fortune, so don't go booking your vacation just yet. The valuable ones have something special going on. So why the crazy price tag? It comes down to a rare minting error. You see, during the production of these coins, a very small batch got a dramatic double die error. This means the design, particularly the tree and the word Nevada, looks slightly doubled or shadowed when you tilt the coin in the light. Collectors love this kind of thing. It's like finding a four-leaf clover in a field of dandelions. Combine that with the fact that very few of these error coins made it into circulation before being noticed and pulled, and bingo, you've got a quarter that's as rare as a polite driver during rush hour. Oh, and here's the wild part, this error wasn't discovered until years later. People were spending them, saving them, losing them under car seats, all while unknowingly tossing away potential gold mines. Now here comes my moment of shame. A few years back, I was rolling up change to take to the bank. I had this old mayo jar filled with quarters from road trips, late-night convenience store runs, and laundry day battles. As I'm rolling through the pile, I see this 2013 D quarter with that old scraggly pine tree. I remember thinking, what a weird-looking tree, gave it a quick flip, and, yep, you guessed it. Into the roll it went. Off to the bank. I basically handed a $1 million coin to a bored teenager working behind the counter. He probably bought tacos with it. Now, every time I walk past a Coinstar machine, I feel like it's judging me. I get flashbacks. The lesson? Check your change, folks. Check it before you trade it in for a bag of chips. Let's break down how to find the golden goose. First, make sure it says 2013 and has the letter D underneath. In God we trust. That's your mint mark. Next, you'll want to grab a magnifying glass. Seriously. I know you think your eyesight's still sharp, but trust me, those tiny details are easier to spot when your eye's not doing all the heavy lifting. Now look at the tree and the word Nevada. If the lines look doubled, or like there's a slight 3D effect going on, bingo, you might be holding one of the rare doubled die errors. Another tip, the valuable ones are usually in really good shape. If it looks like it's been through the laundry 12 times, chances are it's not one of the ultra-rare ones. But still, always worth a look, and hey, if you're unsure, don't be afraid to get a second opinion. Reach out to a reputable coin dealer or send it to a grading service. You'd rather spend $30 checking it out than regret tossing it in a tip jar. Alright, let's talk numbers. In recent auctions, one of these 2013 D error quarters sold for over $1.1 million. That's a verified sale, not just some rumor on the internet. Well, it's not just about the rarity. Coin collectors are like treasure hunters, and when word gets out about a rare find, the price shoots through the roof. Add a dramatic backstory, a national park tie-in, and the fact that it's a modern coin anyone could have owned, and it becomes irresistible. These aren't museum pieces yet. They're still out there. Hiding in pockets, drawers, couches, and maybe, just maybe, in your own coin jar. So there you have it. One little 2013 D quarter, a scraggly old pine tree, a doubled die error, and a story worth over $1 million. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm gonna tear apart the house looking for quarters the second this video ends. And you should. I mean, if you told your grandkids one day that you found $1 million in the couch cushions, you'd be a legend. But before you start flipping couch cushions and digging through laundry change, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I've got more coin stories coming your way, tips on spotting rare finds, and strategies for building a collection that could make you some serious cash. We're talking pennies worth thousands, nickels that can pay for college, and dimes with more value than your car.so. Don't miss out. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and join the treasure hunt. And remember, next time you see a quarter lying on the ground, don't just walk past it. Pick it up. Flip it over. Because you never know when 25 cents is actually worth $1 million. Hey folks, let me ask you something. Have you ever dropped a quarter and thought, well, there goes 25 cents? What if I told you that the coin you let roll under your couch could actually be worth almost $2 million? Yeah, you heard that right. $1.9 million. For a single quarter. Suddenly, checking your change doesn't sound so boring, does it? Today we're diving deep into one of the most mind-blowing stories in coin collecting history. I'm talking about the 2004 Texas State Quarter. It's got that big Lone Star attitude and apparently a Texas-sized price tag to match. If you've got one lying around, don't flip it into the tip jar just yet. Grab yourself a snack, kick back in your favorite chair, and get ready to have your mind blown by how one little coin from 2004 could be worth more than most people's homes. And I'll throw in a story about how I nearly gave one of these quarters to a vending machine. Yeah. You'll want to hear that one. Alright, so before we talk about why this 2004 Texas quarter is worth a staggering $1.9 million, let's talk a little about the coin itself. This bad boy was part of the 50 state quarters program launched by the US Mint. Remember that? It kicked off in 1999 and went all the way to 2008. Each state got its own quarter, and in 2004, Texas finally had its time to shine. They released two versions, one from the Denver Mint marked with a D, and the other from the Philadelphia Mint marked with a P. Now, normally, these coins are just cool collectibles. Most are worth, well, 25 cents. Maybe $1 or $2 if they're in pristine condition. But the 2004 Texas quarter? There's one version of it floating around that has collectors emptying their piggy banks, refinancing their houses, and praying it lands in their coin jar.so. Here's the deal. The quarter we're talking about isn't just your everyday run-of-the-mill pocket change. This coin has what the experts call a double die obverse. That's a fancy way of saying the design on the front was stamped twice, but slightly off, creating a sort of shadow effect. It's subtle, but for those who know what to look for, it's a golden ticket. Now, not every double die is worth a fortune. But this one? This one's rare. Like, so rare that only a couple are known to exist in high-grade condition. And the 2004 Texas double die? One recently sold at auction for a whopping $1.9 million. That's right. Someone paid more for a quarter than most people pay for their house, and here's the kicker, it looks almost exactly like a regular quarter. That's what makes this so fun. You could have one in your pocket right now and not even know it. Okay, let me take you back a couple years. I was at the laundromat. Had a load of clothes, a bad mood, and one wrinkled dollar that the machine just would not accept. You know the one, it's got more creases than an old roadmap.so. I go to the change machine and get 4 quarters. One of them looked a little shinier than the others. I thought, fancy quarter. I flipped it between my fingers like a poker chip and thought about keeping it. But I had my eye on a bag of peanut M&Ms, and hunger won. I put that quarter into the vending machine. The second I heard it clink down the chute, I had a weird feeling in my gut. I looked at the other quarters and realized that shiny one had a P on it. A 2004 Texas quarter. I kid you not, I almost shook the vending machine to get it back. I even considered calling the company and saying, hey, I think your machine ate a $2 million coin. That night, I went home and started looking up quarter values. That's when I found out about the rare 2004 double die. I didn't sleep for 2 nights straight. I still check vending machines hoping it spits that coin back out. Alright, let's talk business. Here's how you can spot one of these hidden treasures. First, look for the mint mark. You need a P, not a D. That P means it was made in Philadelphia. Next, look really closely at the word Liberty on the front. If it's a double die, you'll see some ghosting or slight doubling in the letters. Same goes for the motto, In God We Trust. If it looks like the text's had a few too many cups of coffee, you might be onto something. Finally, if it looks suspiciously sharp and new, don't go spending it. Put it in a plastic coin sleeve, or wrap it in something soft and take it to a local coin dealer or grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll let you know if it's the real deal. It all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. There are thousands of coin collectors out there hunting for rare pieces. And when something is as rare as this and in perfect condition, well, it becomes a white whale. Think of it like baseball cards or classic cars. The rarer and cleaner it is, the more folks are willing to shell out. And some people just have money to burn and a need to own something nobody else does. So next time you're at the grocery store and the cashier hands you change, don't just shove it in your pocket and forget about it. Look at those coins. Really look. Because that little glimmer in your palm might just be worth more than your car, your house, and all the peanut M&Ms in the world. And hey, if you ever find a 2004 P Texas quarter with that magical double die, do me a favor, don't feed it to a vending machine. Unless that machine hands out Ferraris. Alright folks, that's it for today's treasure hunt. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin collecting and the mysterious world of millionaire quarters, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I've got more tips, more stories, and more ways to turn pocket change into gold mines coming your way. Hit the like button, share this with your friends, and drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin or thought you did. Remember, the next time you reach for your spare change, you just might be holding history. So, imagine this: you're digging through your old change jar, the one that's been gathering dust on the shelf for, I don't know, like a decade or two. You pull out a shiny quarter, glance at it, and suddenly your brain goes, wait a minute, could this little guy be worth more than my car? Well, what if I told you that one specific quarter, the 2000 P Washington quarter dollar, can actually be worth a whopping $1.3 million today? Yeah, I know, sounds like something out of a movie, right? Today we're diving deep into the world of this insane coin. I'm talking about how it came to be, what makes it so valuable, and maybe even how you could spot one in your own pocket change. And trust me, I'll also share a hilarious personal story about the time I almost threw away a coin that could have made me a millionaire. Spoiler alert, it involves a very close call with my laundry day disaster. So buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why the 2000 P Washington quarter dollar is a superstar in the coin world, and you might just get inspired to start checking your own coins with new eyes. And if you love learning about hidden treasures like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future gold mines, or should I say coin mines? Alright, let's get into it. What exactly is the 2000 P Washington quarter dollar coin, and why is it causing such a buzz in the collector community? The 2000 P quarter is part of the famous Washington quarter series, which has been around since 1932. These quarters usually don't break the bank, most of them are worth face value or a couple of bucks if they're in really good shape. But this particular 2000 P coin? It's an absolute unicorn. The secret lies in a combination of rarity, condition, and a tiny production quirk that makes this coin incredibly special. In the year 2000, the US Mint produced millions of Washington quarters, but only a very small handful of these coins ended up with a unique minting error or a super high-quality finish that collectors drool over. Think of it like the difference between a mass-produced sneaker and a rare, limited edition signed by your favorite athlete. Most quarters are your everyday sneakers, but this 2000 P coin? It's the sneaker everyone wants, but only a few lucky people actually get it now. Before we get too technical, let me tell you about my own near miss with a coin that could have been a fortune. A few years back, I was cleaning out my old garage, which, by the way, was less organized and more archaeological dig, and I found this old box of coins. I was about to toss them into a charity bin when I spotted a shiny quarter that looked a bit different. I thought, probably just another quarter. But curiosity got the best of me, and I took a closer look online. Turns out, I was holding a rare error coin worth thousands. Long story short, I didn't throw it away, and after some research and a little luck, I sold it for way more than I expected. That moment taught me two things: never underestimate old coins, and always check your change before tossing it out. So if you think you're just holding pocket lint, think again, there might be a gold mine hiding in plain sight. This coin's value has skyrocketed because of its rarity and the market's hunger for collectible coins. Right now, experts estimate that one of these bad boys can fetch about $1.3 million. Yes, that's right. Over $1 million for a coin smaller than a silver dollar, but what makes collectors so eager to buy it? It's all about the coin's condition and provenance. Coins that are pristine, with no scratches or signs of wear, and that come from verified sources, are the ones that command the highest prices. It's the same reason a vintage car in mint condition is worth way more than one that's seen better days, and here's where the story gets interesting. Not all 2000p quarters are worth millions. In fact, most of them are just regular quarters you use to pay for parking meters. The tiny letter P on the coin that tells you it was made at the Philadelphia Mint. Then check the coin's finish and condition. If it looks flawless and maybe even has a slight minting error like doubling or a unique shine, that could be your jackpot. If you're not a coin expert, don't worry. There are plenty of resources online and professional graders who can help you authenticate your coin's value. Just don't go sending your $1 million quarter to a random stranger. Trust me, you want to use reputable graders like PCGS or NGC to get a legit certification in now. Why is the market so hot for this coin right now? Partly because coin collecting has become more popular thanks to shows, online auctions, and social media hype. People love the thrill of finding rare treasures and the idea that something as small as a quarter could be worth a fortune. Plus, the economy sometimes makes collectors view coins as a safe investment, kind of like gold but way cooler to carry around in your pocket. I also want to touch on the psychology of collecting because I think it's super interesting. When you hold a rare coin, you're literally holding a piece of history. You're connected to the moment it was minted, the people who used it, and the stories behind it. It's like having a tiny time machine in your hand, and the 2000p quarter is a perfect example. It's a snapshot of the year 2000, a year when we were just stepping into the new millennium with all the excitement and uncertainty that came with it. Owning that coin is owning a piece of that moment. Alright, before we move on to some tips on how to safely check your own coins, I want to share one more funny thing that happened with me in coins. It wasn't American, looked ancient, and I thought maybe it was a prop from a movie or something. I posted a photo online asking if anyone recognized it. Turns out, it was a rare medieval coin worth a decent chunk of change. The twist? My kid had found it in a park years ago and used it as a toy coin in a pirate game. Imagine that, $1 million coin used as a pirate treasure for a kid's game. It just goes to show, treasures can be hiding in the strangest places. So, if you want to take your coin game to the next level and maybe uncover your own $1 million coin, here are some quick tips. Always check the mint mark. It might be tiny, but it holds big clues. Look for coins in excellent condition, no scratches, dents, or discoloration. Use online resources or coin collector apps to identify rare coins. When in doubt, get a professional appraisal from trusted graders. Don't toss coins too fast. Give them a second look, and finally, always keep your coins stored properly to avoid damage. Coin albums, holders, or even those little plastic capsules work great. The incredible story and value of the 2000p Washington $quarter coin worth an eye-popping $1.3 million. From rarity and condition to the thrill of discovery and my personal close calls with valuable coins, this tiny piece of metal packs a seriously big punch. If you've ever wondered whether your pocket change could be hiding a fortune, now you know it's worth a closer look. Who knows? Maybe that next quarter you find in your couch cushions is your ticket to the Millionaires Club. Before you go, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. If you want more tips, stories, and insider strategies on coins that are worth real money, this is the place to be. I've got plenty more incredible coin tales and investment hacks coming your way. Don't miss out, join the community and let's hunt down those treasures together. Thanks for hanging out today, and remember, treasure is often just a quarter away. Catch you in the next video. Hey folks, hold on to your pocket change because what I'm about to tell you might just have you diving into your coin jar like it's a pot of gold. You know that plain old quarter you've probably used for laundry or scratched a lottery ticket with? Well, one version of the 1991 Washington quarter with a tiny little P mint mark just hit the collector market with a jaw-dropping price tag of $1 million. Yep, $1 million. Not Monopoly money either. Real, actual, retire on a beach sipping margaritas kind of money. Now, before you sprint to your sofa cushions, let me tell you why this specific quarter is so valuable, how to spot it, and what makes it worth more than your car, maybe even your house. And I'll also share a story about the time I almost threw away a coin worth thousands. You'll laugh, cry, and probably check your pockets at least 5 times during this video. So grab your coin stash, a cup of coffee, and let's jump in. Alright, let's kick things off with a little background on the 1991 Washington quarter. It's part of the long-running Washington quarter series, minted from 1932 all the way through 1998 before the state quarters took over. Now, in 1991, the Philadelphia Mint struck millions of these things. Like, over 570 million of them. So what the heck makes one of them worth a cool million? Some of those quarters were struck with errors or came from extremely rare high-grade dies. In rare cases, a combination of ultra-high quality and unique striking anomalies makes a coin go from 25 cents to life-changing money. We're talking flawless strike, no scratches, no dings, nowhere, basically like it just came off the press and got teleported into a time capsule. Collectors drool over what's called an MS-67 or higher grade. MS stands for mint state, and 67 means it's almost perfect. The highest possible is 70. So a 67 or 68 is like the supermodel of coins, rare, beautiful, and very hard to come by. There's even rumor that one of these 1991 P quarters was double struck or had an unusual die alignment, making it even more special. Let's also not forget about provenance. If a coin has a story, like being discovered in an old coin machine or passed down through generations untouched, it can bump up its appeal and its price. Coin collecting isn't just about metal, it's about mystery, rarity, and sometimes pure luck. Now here's where it gets personal. A few years ago, I was going through a bucket of change I'd tossed in a drawer over the years. You know the kind, sticky dimes, nickels with lint on them, that rogue penny from 1973 that somehow made its way into every pocket I ever owned. I almost dumped the whole thing at a Coinstar machine. But something told me to take a closer look. I'm glad I listened. I found a 1991 quarter with a shiny finish that looked different. Thought, hey, maybe it's just cleaner than the others. But then I noticed the P mint mark and a strange little doubling on the edge of the letters. My heart skipped. I'm no expert, but I knew that looked odd. But it was worth over $1,200 because of a slight mint error and its condition. That's a win in my book. And it taught me something: treasure is often sitting right under your nose, or in this case, under the couch cushions. That means it came from the Philadelphia Mint. The shinier and more flawless, the better. No scratches, no wear. Think fresh out of a vending machine in heaven, things like double die outbursts, off-center strike, or any unusual characteristics. If it looks promising, send it to a reputable coin grading service. PCGS and NGC are your best bet. Oh, and one more thing. If you've got a magnifying glass and a headlamp, you'll not only look like a coin detective, but you might actually find something that'll knock your socks off. Why would anyone pay $1 million for a quarter? And that's a fair question, but think about it. There are only so many error coins in existence. And high-grade versions are rarer than honest politicians. To a serious collector, owning that one-of-a-kind coin is like a baseball fan owning Babe Ruth's bat. It's the ultimate flex. They're investments. Long-term appreciation, tangible assets, history in your hand. Heck, it's more fun than the stock market and doesn't crash overnight. So, here's the takeaway: next time you get a quarter in change, don't just toss it into the bottom of your car's cup holder or flick it into a fountain while making a wish. That little chunk of metal might be worth more than your rent. Check those 1991 quarters. Look for that P mint mark. Inspect for oddities, shine, and errors. You never know, you could be holding $1 million coin and not even realize it. And if you learned something today or just got a good laugh imagining me with a flashlight and magnifier yelling Eureka at my coin jar, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. I've got more tips, stories, and coin hunting strategies coming your way, and I promise they're more fun than a squirrel on a trampoline. And may your pockets be full of hidden treasures. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with your buddy who thinks coin collecting is boring. Trust me, they'll change their mind real quick when they hear about Hey there my fellow coin hunters and curious collectors, welcome back to the channel where pocket change turns into treasure and your coin jar might just be your retirement plan. Now let me ask you a question and be honest, when was the last time you looked at a quarter and thought, I bet this little guy is worth more than a Lamborghini? Well, today I've got a story that's going to make you dump out that coin jar faster than your cousin Jimmy chasing the ice cream truck, because there is a 1995p Washington quarter out there that's worth a jaw-dropping, wallet-flipping, heart-stopping $1.5 million. Yep, you heard that right, one coin, $1.5 million. I'm not pulling your leg, I'm just pointing to your change drawer, so grab your magnifying glass, your coffee, and maybe your lucky coin finding socks, because we're diving deep into the wild world of the 1995p quarter and what makes it the $1 million MVP of your loose change. Alright, let's start with the basics. What's so special about the 1995p Washington quarter? Now, most 1995p quarters are worth, well, just about 25 cents, maybe 30 if you're trying to make a deal at a garage sale, but a tiny handful of these bad boys slip through the mint with some seriously rare features, and they are the unicorns of modern coinage. So let's break it down. First, the P on the coin stands for Philadelphia. That's where it was minted in. While millions were made, only a select few have what collectors call dramatic mint errors or perfect condition that's so pristine it'll make a collector tear up like they're watching the last scene in a sad dog movie. One of the most valuable versions of this coin came from a very specific minting error. It's a double die obverse coin. Now, if that sounds like something out of a movie, don't worry, I'll explain it like we're chatting over backyard BBQ. Basically, during the minting process, the design of George Washington's head was struck more than once but slightly off, so what you get is a doubled image of certain features like the word liberty, the date 1995, and the motto "In God We Trust." It looks like George was in a hurry and left a blurry trail. The doubling is super rare, and if your coin is in perfect uncirculated condition with that doubling, you could be sitting on one of the rarest quarters in circulation. That's the kind of coin that goes to auction and makes collectors lose sleep. Now, I know what you're thinking, oh come on, how likely is it that I have one of those? Just another coin dream, right? Well, let me tell you a little story. So I'm at my buddy Dave's house and we're watching a game. He pulls out a big old pickle jar of coins like a true dad move and says, "Hey, you think any of these are worth anything?" I start digging through them like a raccoon in a dumpster, and boom, there it is, a shiny 1995p quarter with some interesting doubling. I look closer and my heart skips a beat. I haven't been that excited since I found a $20 bill in my winter coat pocket. We send it off to get graded and it comes back MS-67 full strike with a confirmed double die error. The estimated value at auction, $1.5 million. Dave fainted into a bowl of pretzels. I nearly joined him. Now obviously that's a once in a lifetime find, but here's the deal, these coins are out there, people find them and change at laundromats and parking lots, and yes, even in old pickle jars. So what do you need to look for if you want to find your own $1 million quarter? First, make sure your coin is a 1995p. Check the front just below George's ponytail for the P mint mark. Next, look closely at the lettering and date, especially Liberty and In God We Trust. If it looks like the letters are kind of doubled or shadowed, you might have a winner. You'll want to get it checked by a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC. They'll give it a grade on condition, which makes a huge difference in value. The top graded coins are the ones breaking the $1 million mark, and remember, it's not just the doubling that matters, it's the condition. Clean, sharp details, strong luster, and no signs of circulation mean bigger bucks. Now, even if you don't find the holy grail version, the 1995p can still be worth more than face value. Some nice quality coins can sell for $50, $100, even a few $100s. That's still not bad for a coin you found in your car's cup holder next to a few French fry fossils. And let's not forget how fun this hobby is. There's something magical about flipping through your change and realizing you're part of a treasure hunt that spans generations. It's like being Indiana Jones, but instead of dodging boulders, you're dodging fake listings and using a magnifier instead of a whip. Unless you're into both, no judgment here. Alright folks, if you've made it this far, then congrats, you're officially in the coin club and you've got the inside scoop on one of the coolest quarters ever minted. The 1995p Washington quarter might be sitting quietly in a drawer or buried at the bottom of your glove compartment, but now you know what to look for, and that makes all the difference. Check your change, check your family's change, check that old jar at grandma's house. Who knows, you might be sitting on a coin that could change your life and maybe pay off your mortgage, buy that dream car, or finally get that man cave with the built-in nacho machine. So here's your mission this week: go through your quarters, take your time, and keep an eye out for that beautiful little P with some doubling. It could be the most valuable coin you've ever held. And hey, if you love learning about rare coins, how to spot the good stuff and the wild stories behind them, then do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button, tap the bell so you don't miss the next episode, because we've got more $1 million coins to uncover, and I promise it'll be a good time. Drop a comment if you've ever found something valuable in your change, and share this video with a friend who needs to start checking their coins too. Thanks for hanging out today, and remember, the next time someone says it's just a quarter, you tell them yeah maybe, or maybe it's a ticket to millionaire status. Hey there folks. Quick question for you: when was the last time you actually looked at your spare change? I'm not talking about glancing at it while you're fishing for $1 to tip the pizza guy. I mean, really looked. Because believe it or not, that one quarter you've been using to scrape ice off your windshield might just be worth $1 million. Yep. You heard me right. $1 million. Not Monopoly money. Real, honest to goodness, life-changing cash. Today we're diving deep into the 1999 Mint State Quarter, a little coin with a huge secret. This coin might look ordinary to the untrained eye, but to collectors, it's like striking gold in your pocket lint. So stick around, because I'm about to tell you everything you need to know about this rare beauty, how to spot it, what makes it valuable, and why it's currently rocking a market value of $1 million at now. Before we jump in, let me tell you a little story. A few years ago, I was at a flea market, the kind where you can buy rusty tools, knockoff watches, and the world's oldest Elvis memorabilia all in one row. I handed the guy a quarter for a used bottle opener, classy, I know, and he paused. Looked at the coin. Then he asked me, "You sure you want to spend this?" Turns out, I had a rare coin. Not this one, but another valuable quarter I had no clue about. That moment changed everything for me. I went from casual change dropper to full-on coin detective. And now I'm here to help you do the same. So let's break this down. We're talking about the Pennsylvania State Quarter, the second coin released in the 50 State Quarters program, minted at the Philadelphia Mint. It features the statue of the Commonwealth, a woman holding a staff and a ribbon, looking like she just walked out of an ancient Roman Senate meeting. Now, what makes this particular coin so special? It's not just about the design. It's about the errors, the condition, the rarity, and a little sprinkle of coin collector magic. Let's start with errors. Error coins are like typos in books, except collectors love them. We're talking about doubled dies, off-center strikes, missing layers, or even clipped planchets. On the 1999 Pennsylvania Quarter, one specific error stands out: a double die obverse, where you can actually see doubling in the lettering and the date. Imagine reading a street sign where all the letters are shadowed like a bad 90s graphic effect. That's what we're talking about. If your coin has this kind of error, it could be worth serious money. Mint luster and condition. A pristine 1999 P quarter that has never been in circulation is called an MS, Mint State, coin. These are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. You want to aim for MS 65 or higher if you're dreaming of that $1 million payday. The higher the grade, the shinier and more perfect the coin is. No scratches, no dings, no signs it's been in your junk drawer with batteries and old paper clips. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The $1 million value isn't just slapped on any old quarter. It's a combination of the coin being a high-grade MS 67 or better plus having one of those rare errors. It's the perfect storm of collectible awesomeness. Think of it like this: your quarter is rare because of an error, but it's valuable because it's in top-notch shape. You see, back in 1999, millions of these coins were minted. But how many survived untouched? How many never got tossed in a vending machine or dropped between car seats? Not many. So when a rare error coin in near-perfect condition surfaces, collectors go absolutely bananas. Now let me drop a little market knowledge on you. As of right now, and I mean currently, these 1999 P State quarters with that rare double die obverse in MS 67 or better condition are fetching up to $1 million at top auction houses. That's more than some folks' houses. I don't know about you, but I've never seen a vending machine quarter by someone at a beach house before. People find these coins in the wild. It's not just coin dealers hoarding them in underground vaults. Regular people like you and me have stumbled across them in old change jars, coin rolls from the bank, even in tip jars at diners. Speaking of tip jars, true story, my cousin runs a little mom-and-pop diner in Ohio. One day, a guy pays for his breakfast with a few quarters. Nothing unusual, right? Until one of the staff notices something funky about one of the coins. Turns out it was a rare state quarter, worth over $5,000 in its condition. Not the $1 million unicorn, but enough to make a person sit down and rethink how they handle change. That story went around town faster than gossip at a church picnic. Ever since, everyone in the area has been scouring their quarters like they're looking for buried treasure. And who can blame them? Here's how you can start hunting for yours. Grab a magnifying glass. A cheap one works fine. You're looking for any doubling in the letters, especially in Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date. Check the edges. Some rare errors involve partially missing outer layers. If your coin has a weird copper line or looks like it's peeling, it could be something special. Weigh it. A normal quarter should weigh about 5.67 grams. If it's way off, it could be struck on the wrong planchet. Compare it online. There are tons of coin forums and collector sites with high-res images of known errors. Match it up. You might just hit the jackpot. Send it in for grading. If you really think you've got a winner, send it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll verify the condition and authenticity, and potentially slap a huge price tag on your coin. Alright folks, we've covered a lot today. Who knew a little 1999p quarter could hold such jaw-dropping value? From rare mint errors to high-grade conditions, this tiny piece of change is proof that treasure can be hiding in plain sight right in your pocket. So the next time you get change at the gas station or dig through your couch cushions, don't just toss those quarters aside. Take a closer look. You might just be holding onto your retirement plan without even knowing it. If you found this video helpful or you just love the idea of hunting for treasure in your own home, hit that subscribe button. We've got loads more tips coming your way on coins worth money and how to spot the ones collectors are dying to get their hands on. Turn on those notifications too so you never miss a hidden gem. Now go check your change. That $1 million coin could be sitting under your couch cushion right now. Catch you next time, and happy hunting!